Hello, this is Dollar Jr. on behalf of Plasma SKX. And don't worry, the Elden Ring guides are continuing. I'm just a little burned out on it and I needed a bit of a break. So I decided to do a series of videos with the Dark Souls trilogy. Now I've already done all in one for Dark Souls 3. I've played all of the Dark Souls games using an Indiana Jones build, but this time I wanted to make a series of videos where you could get overpowered in under an hour. Now, I know there's a lot of overpowered videos on the internet where you can get overpowered in under an hour, but this one's going to be a little different because we're going to have a fully upgraded weapon. A lot of upgrade materials are not available till the second half of the game, but there's an exception, which we're going to use in this guide. So here are our main goals for this video. We're going to obtain the Silver Serpent Ring, and I don't care what anybody says, this is one of the most important rings to get in the game because why get less? You're leaving souls on the table every time if you do not have this ring in your possession. Of course, the symbol of avarice will be something you could put on later, but in the early game, the Silver Serpent Ring it's a must. I would start every playthrough going for this ring. Number 2, we're going to get our weapon, the Dragon Greatsword. This sword is so insanely powerful just with its base damage. It does not scale with anything, and it cannot be enchanted, minus glitches, which we're not going to be using glitches. But you really don't need scaling. And you can use other means to increase your damage if you just have to have more damage. Using the red Tearstone ring or getting into hyper mode, you can still get more damage if you so desire. But we're going to have other weapons, but we're not going to get into that in this video. We're also going to obtain 10 dragon scales. There are enough dragon scales in the first half of the game to upgrade any dragon weapon. I'm going to make it to where you only have to farm for 3 scales. It doesn't take that long. You're going to have 7 scales, but you have to farm for at least 3 of them. Our final goal is to farm for the Stone Great Shield. This shield is hands down one of the best shields in the entire game. It can block anything, and I mean anything. It has 100% physical resistance, of course, but it also has very high elemental damage reductions as well. So you can just walk up to an enemy no matter what they're doing and just say, good luck, you're not going to kill me. And we're also going to be using a turtle method with spears because spears go great with great shields, but we'll get into that later. Let's get into the video. Now, quick disclaimer, this is not going to be the easiest build to set up starting off, but with a little bit of practice, it really isn't that bad, and I'm going to show you guys tips all along the way. I really should have named this guy the Honey Badger because he just doesn't give a you-know-what. But we're going to start out with the Bandit class, and of course the Master Key. We're going to make him very large. I'm naming this guy the Thing based on the Fantastic Four, I guess, because we are going to be wearing stone armor at some point. We're going to take off all of our armor because it's just going to weigh us down and slow us down. And we're kind of on the clock here because we're trying to do all of this in under an hour. Now, this isn't going to be like Elden Ring. I'm not going to be commentating through the entire video, just when I think it's important. Because this is sort of like a speed run, I will not be wasting time at bonfires for the most part. Not until I get my weapon. The Bandit class starts out with the Spider Shield, which is a very good shield for Blighttown particularly because it can block all of poison and toxic damage. The main reason we went with the Bandit class is because of the strength. We start out at 14 strength, which is huge. And that's the stat that we have to get to 38. But you really want to take it to 50 at some point. But 38 is the minimum requirement for this build, really. You need a minimum of 34 strength to two-hand the Dragon Greatsword, but we need 38 strength just to be able to use the stone great shield. So that's why we really have to get it to 38, is because of the shield. A lot of our early levels are going to come from loose souls that we get throughout the world. So I recommend following this guide to the T. Get every loose soul you come across. Now our first order of business is to pop humanities. We want to pop humanity every time we get it. The reason being is it increases item discovery and boosts damage resistances, which is going to be vital later on. We're going to go ahead and level up our dexterity to 10 and our strength to 15. Make sure you reverse hollowing right now. We definitely need to be human for this next part. We're going to pick up some items in the shrine. First, we're going to go for the fire bombs over here. These will come in handy. Next, we need to get the homeward bones. And again, we're going to pick up every loose soul that we come across, if it's in our general direction. Once you get the homeward bones, I highly suggest you put it on your heart bar immediately. And we're going to do that right now. Lloyd's talismans will not be used in this video, but they are very useful for getting the symbol of avarice early. We're going to pick up this soul. You don't have to get this winged spear, but this is going to be one of our weapons we use later on. It will not be used in this video. Of course, to get the covetous silver serpent ring, we have to go into the catacombs. There's no two ways about it. And this is not generally, recommended for new players, but I disagree. I think new players should come down here because the ring is that good. And this is not that hard to get through. Just run away from the skeletons. They will be following you. But we're going to despawn them here. Once you get to this opening here, go ahead and quit out. There is a necromancer in the next room. However, just get to the lever as fast as you can, or you can just attack him. I'm going to decide to just go ahead and get rid of him. Now, if he rears his elbow back, he's about to hit you with a fire burst from his lantern. You might get a chance also to get his lantern. If it does drop, you'll have a much easier time when you get to the Tomb of the Giants. We are not sitting at any bonfires in the catacombs. When we bone out, we're going to go right back to Firelink Shrine. Make sure your stamina is kind of full here. And put out your shield because the skeleton right here likes to attack. Aim for the pot on the left and just start rolling between the skeletons. It's pretty consistent. You're going to come over here and wait for the skeletons to off themselves. Now take care. The necromancers will revive them. They will reassemble themselves. I recommend getting over here and drinking a flask before dropping down again. First thing you need to do is if any skeletons drop down, you need to kick them off the ledge. Here I backstab one and then just kick him off. He can't get back to you. Now we have to summon Paladin Leroy. He is going to be our main cheat code here in this early part. Usually there's a bone wheel skeleton in this ledge below us, and Leroy can take him out. Make sure you put your shield up if the bone wheel skeletons are coming at you. But let Leroy do the bulk of the work down here. I find if you stick to the walls, if you hug the walls, and Leroy will have a better chance of following you. His AI is not that easy to go where you want. He gets very easily distracted by enemies. For Pinwheel, it's really a cakewalk. All you have to do is just hit the ones that aren't Pinwheel so that Leroy will not get distracted. You want Leroy to hit him twice. All he needs is 2 hits on the real Pinwheel and he will die. So the less of the clones around, the better. I'm not going for the real one here. As you can see, I'm going for the fake. But since there's nothing around, I'm just going to hit the real one. All Leroy needs is 2 hits. That's it. That's all it's going to take. There's 1 and there's 2. Now this next drop you get here is all random. All of the masks that Pinwheel drops are useful, but you want the mask of the father or the mask of the child. The mask of the mother is the least useful. Luckily for us, we got the mask that we wanted the most, which is Mask of the Father. This will help with our equipment load. It increases the equipment load by 5%, but it can stack with Havel's Ring and the Ring of Favor and Protection. So it will definitely be part of our fashion souls. Once you get up here, you're not going to need your axe. We're not attacking any enemies. We're running for our lives, basically. You want to stick to this side and pick up this soul over here. It's a pretty good soul. Like I said, we're going to go out of our way when we know the souls are worth it. In the Catacombs and the Tomb of the Giants, they're later game areas not meant for new players to come in right away, so you can greatly benefit from getting the loose souls. You do not need a light source in the Tomb of the Giants. Once you memorize where to go, and there's little lights here that tell you where the bridge is, you want to stick to the wall though. Put your shield out just in case, and walk around this guy. You're only going to slide down 1 coffin and then turn around. Once the enemy attacks, just start rolling. Get the soul and drop down again. As soon as you drop though and land, go ahead and heal. And then grab the humanity. And stick to the wall and hug it like it's your loved one, because if you do not, the skeleton dog will insta-kill you. Now this one's a little tricky. As soon as you go through the fog wall, walk straight a little bit, but then aim yourself in front of the shiny and start rolling. If you do not start rolling, the Black Knight will catch and kill you from behind. Get out your homeward bone, you're almost there. Once you get the covetous silver ring, roll off the ledge here and bone out. Do not linger or you will probably die from the Black Knight leaping at you. I have been through it. Put on the ring immediately, because now for every kill you'll get 20% more souls, and later on you can combine it with the symbol of avarice, but that's not until much later, and it will not be in this video. But this is the reason we went to go get that ring, because we need a lot of souls, because we need to get to level 38 for strength. Dexterity needs to be at 12 if we want to use the partisan, which we are going to be using. But also, you're just going to need souls in general, because dragon scales, each upgrade costs 10,000 souls to upgrade 1 time. So you're going to need 50,000 souls to upgrade the dragon greatsword to its maximum potential. But early on, it's really not that necessary. Maybe get it to +2. because +5 is just ridiculous overkill, but we will get it to +5 at some point. But I opt to level up a few more stats. But trust me, if you just play normally, you'll get the extra souls you need for the dragon scales. Plus, you're going to need to farm to get 3 dragon scales. We're not going to Blighttown yet. You want to cross this bridge first. We need to tag a bonfire. We're going to be coming back to this bonfire once we use our home and bone the next time. These locals are the drakes you will be farming for some dragon scales. Don't worry about that humanity in that cave to the right. We'll get it on the way back. It's much easier to get on the return trip. We're only coming here to tag a bonfire. We're going to level up, but we're also going to kill a Black Knight here. But it's important to go ahead and level up at this bonfire because we're not sitting at another bonfire until we come back to this particular bonfire. We're going to pop every soul that we just got. We'll be able to get our strength to 33. Not quite 34 yet, but that's okay. We do not have the Dragon Greatsword yet. But this will help us with our regular axe damage. And we are going to be killing a few things along the way. We get our axe back out, but let's go ahead and level up and tag this bonfire. Strength to 33. Grab the shield here for stamina regen. The best way to deal with this knight is to just knock him off. Backstabs are usually the best. If you're feeling cheeky, you can riposte him. And he's taking a trip now. Sometimes you'll get an item. Here we just got a blue Titanite chunk. Now we're going to make our way towards Blighttown. Make absolute certain that you are human at this point. You will need to be human, and we're not sitting at bonfires, so we can't reverse hollowing once we leave this area. Unless you just want to sit. I'm trying to save time. For new players, it might be a good idea to sit, but I'm trying to do this in one shot here. This dragon will sometimes fly to the right, but he didn't here. I'm going to run in, get the humanity, and just roll back quickly. Put your shield out in case he didn't fly back. Most of the time he'll fly to the right, give you plenty of time to get the humanity. There are certain areas you can just drop down, but I recommend taking the ladders that I take because I have fallen to my death trying to drop down too many times. So if you see me take a ladder, it's because I've died previously trying to just drop down. You do not want to hang around because you will get sniped by a toxic blow darter. As soon as you drop down here, start rolling as fast as you can. Take this ladder down. Do not linger much because the dark guy can still hit you from here. You want to get right here and just roll onto the platform. There are 3 souls that we want to get in the swamp area. The first is around that pillar right there that we're panning the camera to. But we're going to get invaded by Man-Eater Mildrich. Don't worry about being poisoned. It's inevitable. We do not have the rusted iron ring, so rolling is going to be your best way to get through. Get your first soul there, and you should be invaded right here. Man-Eater Mildred is coming for you. Just go into this cave. Do not sit at the bonfire. We're going to get our first of 10 dragon scales. We're going to go ahead and heal up because the poison is going to be taking our life. We'll get additional humanity from Mildred. It's easier to just backstab her, but with our strength at 33, we're going to be doing additional damage, even though we did not upgrade the weapon. The scaling alone will get us what we need for additional damage. She has literally no poise, so just keep attacking her, you'll be alright. And that's it. You'll get additional humanity, and we're going to go ahead and pop it when we need to. We're going to be using it, but we're trying to use it strategically here because we're being poisoned. We don't want to waste flasks, so we're just going to wait until the time comes to where we need to use it to regain our health. We do not need a weapon here. It's just going to slow us down more. We need to get this soul here. Don't hang around too much because the crag spiders will come. Directly in front of you here is another soul. Now, before getting onto the trunk, I highly suggest you heal up because the slugs hit pretty hard. And at this point, our health, they would kill us right here. We're going to use another humanity. Just start rolling. Don't stop until you're free of the slugs' aggro range. Now we're going into the Great Hollow. A lot of people loathe this area, but I'm going to show you guys a super easy and fast way to get through it with no damage. It's not hard. Not at all. Once the poison is over, we're going to use another humanity. Actually, we're just going to use them all, because the more humanity we have in our soft humanity counter, the less damage we will take. I'm going to switch to the grass cray shield here for stamina regen because we're about to get the chloranthy ring, which stacks with the shield. This part's a little tricky, not really though. I've hardly ever died in this point. But you want to aim yourself right here till you see the item right there. Just roll off really good. Make sure you go ahead and heal. Do another roll off of here. The basilisk will curse you. But it's not. We're not going to be hanging around very long. Just roll off here, get the soul item here. And because we've popped so much humanity, our curse meter will be larger. So we can stay in the fumes longer than we normally could have. Just stick to the path that I take. You will not get lost. It's super easy. When you get to this right here, you just want to come back to this way. And there's a ladder that will take you down. And one more ladder. The basilisk will start attacking you here. Just don't hang around for very long. Find this ladder. Look for the soul item. That's the direction you need to go. I do not recommend running down the branch here. You just want to walk. Walk instead of running or rolling. Put your shield out once the mushroom guys come in case they hit you, but you'll be alright. Do not engage with the big one at the bottom though. He will insta-kill you most times. We've made it to the bottom of the Great Hollow. Very easy. Now, we got to change of pace here. We have to do some changes. The dragon, the Hydra in this lake can kill you with one shot. But we're going to make it to where we can take at least one or two, maybe even more. But we're not going to make it easy for the Hydra to just one-shot us. Once you get free of all the aggro mushrooms, go ahead and put all of your armor on. You do not need any weapons. They'll just slow you down, like I said. We need to make our way towards the Hydra. Go right at him and to the left. There is a dragon scale to the far left that we need. This will be our second of 10. Do not get close to the water. Stick to where it's just dark. Do not go any farther to the left or you will fall to your death. The Hydra cannot kill you here. Cannot hit you at all. Start making your way towards the hollowed out trunk here for your third dragon scale. There is a way to cheese the Hydra into killing himself, but it's very tricky. I do not know how to do it. Apparently it has something to do with this clam up here as the Hydra is moving from one side of the lake to the other, but I have tried it, but I could not do it. So we're just going to run for our lives. You're going to make your way over here for your fourth dragon scale. You're going to make your way to the top of this dune here. As soon as you can, drop down. You'll use the dune as cover from the Hydra. Now this part is tricky. Sometimes he'll hit you, sometimes he won't. What I have found that works the best is stay on the path, in the middle of the path. Do not go into the water. There is an insta-fall death, and I have fallen to my death there. You just want to stick to the curvy roads, stay in the middle, and usually the Hydra will not hit you. But if you hear the Hydra revving up one of his water attacks, just start rolling. But roll in the direction of the road. Do not go off the beaten path. Even if you get hit by the Hydra, you should not die with this high of humanity and all of your armor on. As a bonus, you can go ahead and join the Dragon Covenant. By doing so, you'll get the Dragon Headstone, which will allow you to breathe fire infinitely as long as you have stamina. Do not touch the bonfire, whatever you do. Now we need to cut off his tail for our weapon. It'll take about 8 hits with our current strength. We'll double hand R2. And there it is, our prize at last. It really wasn't that bad to get. Go ahead and bone out. Now we need to kill some dragons. Well, hydras. One is a hydra, one is an undead dragon. We're going to go ahead and use our souls. We need to get our strength to 38. It's currently at 33. We cannot even use the Dragon Greatsword until we hit 34. But we'll have to two-hand it. But 38 we'll be able to use the Stone Great Shield once we get it. Now we're making our way to Havel. We need to kill Havel to get his ring. It's going to be imperative for us with this build because of the heavy armor we're wearing. And the weapons. If you get killed by Havel, it's okay, the bonfire is nearby. But he's waiting off to the right. As soon as you open the door, just start rolling. I like to parry this guy because he's very easy to parry, but we didn't switch our weapon. I was just trying to see what kind of damage I was getting with my base axe unupgraded. Here I'm going to switch it. Not really smart to do in the middle of battle. I got lucky there. For the most part, you want to go for backstabs. He's very slow, but for some reason I just couldn't get a backstab on him. Mind you, this Dragon Greatsword is not even upgraded yet. Now we have Havel's ring. We must kill the Hydra. It's a must. We need his dragon scale, and we need his ring, which I'm going to use later on, not in this video. I recommend killing the blue crystal golems around here. Either you do it, or you let the dragon do it. Either or, they gotta go. It only takes 2 shots from your Dragon Greatsword, two-handed, R1. Do not use an R2 because it will take your durability down. It's the special. Two left. Just putting up the Dragon Greatsword as a shield still does pretty good, damage reduction. It's very impressive. Very good weapon. Now for the Hydra. There's one head that always makes me nervous. This is why we have the fire bombs that I picked up in Firelink. We're going to need them. Just for that one head. But you want to stay right here. Is a good spot. Close to where that shiny is. But just off to the right of it. It's kind of a safe spot. Like right here. Again, I'm just putting up the sword. There's great damage reduction. Do not go too far though. There is a drop off right here. Again, why the last head makes me so nervous. The one over there to the left, this one right here, do not try to hit it, because if you do, the momentum will carry you off the edge and kill you. This is why I'm switching to black fire, or to the fire bombs. That one you do not want to attack. Not with the sword anyway. Kind of make out the indentation of where that fall is. You cannot go too far. There's a drop off really close by. Again, while I'm using fire bombs, it's just not worth the risk. Here I thought the game had glitched on me where the head wasn't going to come out anymore. So I had to move over to the left a little bit to get him to put his head back out. And there he goes. You'll get the dragon scale and the dust crown ring. We don't need our weapon for this next part. Our next objective is to get our armor. The stone armor is up here. And we also want to join the Hunter's Covenant. The Forced Hunter's Covenant will allow you to buy merchandise from Shiva of the East in Blighttown. Of course, we're not really interested in that right now, but since we're going to be going up here anyway, we might as well talk to him. There's a few extra souls you can get, plus the Hornet Ring, which we're not getting the Hornet Ring right now. There really is no use for it, really, because we're going to be doing so much damage anyway from the Dragon Greatsword. Make sure you're at full health just in case the rolling cat hits you, because he does a lot of damage, a ton of it. But his aggro is lost quickly. But if you keep an eye on the cat, you can avoid him, like I do here. If you do want the hornet ring, you'll have to go down the path over there and open the door to Sith. But we're not going that way. Making a beeline for that stone armor. We can't really wear it right now without fat rolling. In due time, though. We're not really going to be using the leggings or the gauntlets either. We just want the chest piece. We'll be using a different pieces of armor for the rest of the build. Talk to the cat and join the covenant. Talk to Shiva. And bone out. Our next objective is to kill another dragon. The undead dragon that we passed earlier. At first I was going towards Andre and then realized I need to go kill that dragon. And I thought, yep, here we go. Now here you'll have a decision to make. By popping all of these extra souls, you can level up again, or you can go to Andre and level up your Dragon Greatsword to +2. I opted to go ahead and level up some stats, because even at base damage, the Dragon Greatsword can one-shot any of the mob enemies in the early game. I wanted to get Dexterity to 12 so I can use the Partisan. And we'll put our Endurance at 16. But it's your choice what you want to do with your build. I'm just getting you started. You're going to want the Dragon Greatsword for killing the dragon. It's kind of an annoying fight because of the toxic that he does and his claw attack. However, his claw attack isn't really put out that much just at the initial part of the fight. If you get too close to him, of course. And here, we're just demonstrating. It takes about 4 hits with the Dragon Greatsword right now, unupgraded, to kill a Drake. And like I said, you'll need to kill Drakes to get 3 scales. We're only going to have up to 7 with all of our items that we've picked up. We're going to trade 1 item with Snuggly the Crow to get 1 additional scale, but you have to farm for that item too, but it's really an easy drop to get. So here's what you want to do. I think I actually screw up here and get hit by the claw and nearly die. You want to run and attack and roll back. Yep, I should have died there. I don't know how. I have a little slither of health. Literally a slither. All that humanity really does help. So he spews out this toxic. It's a very minor toxic. It is nothing like the blow dart toxic. So you can just stand in it for a little while, but don't get too caught up in it. You just want to do a running attack. If you hit him in the head, you'll do more damage. Definitely don't want to get hit by the claw, though. You see the damage it does. Usually when the dragon moves its head back to the right, you can start running in for the attack. Here I got a little ballsy and just said I want to finish him off. Nearly get hit again. Right here I just say screw it, we're going to finish you off. We'll get another dragon scale. This puts us at 6. We still need 4 more, but we're going to get 1 from a trade. But we have to get that item too. We are finally at our 4th goal, which is to get the stone great shield. We have the stats to wield it now, but we just got to get it. But with 12 humanity, we should have no problem. It caps at 10 anyway for item discovery. But with our dragon greatsword, we can one-shot the stone knights that carry them. It's a very easy farm. It doesn't take that long. Also, the snakes on the trees we need to kill for the egg that we need to trade with Snuggly. I'm going to show the drop. I'm not going to show myself farming. But you're also going to see it didn't take me that long either to get both items. On our way to Andre, we'll go ahead and kill the Titanite demon that's in our way. Even with an unupgraded Dragon Greatsword, it will not take long. But I did want to upgrade the Dragon Greatsword to +1 here before farming the Stone Knights. So I needed a little bit more souls because it takes 10,000 souls per upgrade. This Titanite Demon will give us over 2,000, especially with the Silver Covetous Ring. It'll give us even more. Generally, you just want to get behind this guy. If he leaps up in the air, put your sword out in a defensive position. And I didn't quite make it there. But he's not going to last long. And this is with an unupgraded weapon. I'm telling you guys, this thing is a beast once it gets fully upgraded. We have 10,000 souls. We can now upgrade it. Changed my mind yet again here. I was going to go kill the big knight in the church, but then I decided not to. I got to stay on the goal here. I forgot I needed to get the shield. Every enemy in the garden will die from one hit with your Dragon Greatsword +1, no matter what. By putting on the stone armor, you'll see we'll be fat rolling. we're just not ready for it yet. We're going back to our original armor. A few items to get in the Dark Root Garden. We can get the Wolf Ring for extra poise if you want. But I'm just going to show you guys where to farm to get all the enemies killed. But as you can see, we're one-shotting everything as expected. This is your farming bonfire for now. Again, you can see I have 1,321 souls. I don't have to kill that much before I get both items. So the farming really doesn't take that much. The first item you want to go for is the egg that drops from these snakes. In this area right here, you also get the partisan, which will be a weapon we use later on. I will be doing an additional video kind of showcasing the build, but not today. The other snake is over here. No drop this time. The knights that you need to kill for the shield are all throughout the garden here. Wait until they stand up completely before attacking them. One shot will take them out. Just be wary of the additional tree monsters that show up in conjunction with these enemies. You do not want to get overwhelmed, but your weapon's so incredibly strong that you'll be one-shotting, like I say, everything that comes into contact with it. Some of the trees have to finish their animation first, like that one. Of course, you can come over here and kill this tree and kill the stingrays that come out for some green blossom. And make your way to the wolf ring if you want. And there's a few more knights to kill along the way. And you can just keep doing this until you get the item you need. Be careful when you come over here, though. There's multiple stingray things that come out of the cliff over there. One more and we can get the wolf ring and rinse and repeat. Of course, I'm going to cut out all of the farming. As you can see, I have 7,430 souls right now. I get the shield at like 10,000, so it's very close from here. Did not take me long. And we're just going to cut to it right here. The Stone Great Shield, one of the best shields you can get in this game. It blocks literally everything. And here is the egg that you'll need to trade with Snuggly to get an additional dragon scale. You'll still need to farm the drakes for 3 more scales. But in the grand scheme, it will not take you that long. Now to check our time and end this video. A quick start for Dark Souls Remastered.